God promised Noah that he would never send a flood again, and he put the eyeglasses in the Birmingham as a sign of his promise.
Hey, boys and girls, it's time to celebrate our birthdays this week. Look at the screen, see if you see your name. If you're having a birthday this week, it should be there. And hey, if it's not there, we still wish you a very happy birthday from GFBC Kids.
Everybody, welcome to Sunday Celebration. It's Mad Libs Sunday. So for all of you boys and girls out there, you might not even know what Mad Libs are, but ask your parents, all right? They know what Mad Libs are. But anyway, so we're going to do that. We got two stories that we're going to tell y'all today. And so we're going to let the Bible speak to y'all, and that is going to be our devotion, our lesson today. But before we get into that, I just wanted to ask Miss Beth and Miss Emily. Y'all say hello to Miss Beth and Miss Emily. Hey, glad to have you with us. They're going to help us with our first Mad Libs story. So what is y'all's favorite Bible story? Do y'all have a favorite that you like to go to, or a couple?
So my favorite is Jonah and the Whale because I had a book when I was a little kid and I still vividly remember the pictures. Yeah. So that's very sentimental to me.
All right, Jonah the Whale and Emily's part. Yes, Miss Beth.
Yes, my favorite is when the man goes to Jesus and tells him that his daughter is sick. Mm-hmm. And then Jesus comes to the house and everybody's frantic because they think that she has died. And Jesus said she's not dead, she's just asleep. And he healed her.
Awesome, two awesome stories. So, have y'all ever done Mad Libs before in your life? Yeah.
No,
Miss Beth has
never.
Not. All right, Miss Beth's first time doing Mad Libs. Awesome. All right, and also last question. You see some dolls up here because what we're going to do is after we put the Mad Lib story together, we're going to reenact it using some of our children, grandchildren dolls that we have around the house and everything. So, do y'all have a favorite doll that you remember growing up? No, I know it's not these, but. What you got?
You're not going to know what it is, but it was a little drowsy doll. And you pull her little string and she'd say, I want a drink of water. Or, I don't want to go to sleep. But that was my favorite doll, a drowsy doll.
See, but while you're talking, our video editor, producer might throw up the picture up there as you're talking about the drowsy doll.
Yeah.
Miss Emily, you got one?
Yeah, my favorite were the Bratz dolls, where if you wanted to change their shoes, you pulled the whole foot off,
The Bratz dolls. All right, love it. All right, so we don't have any Bratz dolls, and we don't have any drowsy doll?
No drowsy doll.
That's what it's called.
It's called a drowsy doll.
Okay, drowsy doll. But we do have some dolls here. We got some stories, so y'all get to pick which Mad Lib story you want to do. I'm not going to tell you the actual Bible story it is. Maybe you'll figure it out as you're filling in the words. Oh. But then we'll read the actual Bible story at the end. So would you like to go with the light brown or the dark brown envelope?
I'll
Clipboard.
let you choose first.
Let's go light brown.
Light brown. All right, kids. Are y'all ready? Again, if you've never played this before, it's basically fill in the story. Okay, we'll ask for some nouns, pronouns, adjectives, adverbs, verbs, all sorts of stuff. You never know which is which.
I hope I know my parts of speech.
I'm going to go with Sharpie here. All right, so here we go. Who wants to go first?
You can go first.
All right, Beth.
Okay.
Give me a verb ending in ing.
Running.
Running. All right. Miss Emily, can I also have a verb ending in ing?
Skipping.
Skipping. All right. Miss Beth, can you give me an emotion?
Crying.
All right. Okay. All right. Miss Emily, can I get a plural noun?
Dogs.
Dogs. Again, kids, nouns are person, places, and things. I know you haven't been in school for a while, but that's what a noun is. But we got dogs. All right. So, Miss Beth, can you give me an adjective?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Love it. All right. Miss Emily, can you give me a noun?
Potato.
Potato. I love it. All right. Miss Beth, can you give me another noun?
Car.
Car. All right. And Miss Emily, can you give me an adverb?
Slowly.
Slowly. Again, kids, I know you haven't been in school for a
hint.
while, but always remember adverbs are mostly words that end in ly. Okay, that's the best way to kind of help you out with that. Slowly, good one. All right, Miss Beth, something huge.
Donald Trump.
Not somebody that says huge, but we'll go with it. All right.
An elephant.
No, we'll go with Donald Trump.
Can you edit that out?
Let's stick to it. Huge. I can't say it like he does. I'm not very good at that. All right, Miss Emily, can you give me a family member, somebody that would be in your family? You know, like
A sister.
There you go. That's what I was looking for. Awesome. All right, Miss Beth, can you give me a number?
18.
18. All right. And Miss Emily, will you give me another number?
27.
27. All right. Miss Beth, can you give me plural an animal that is plural?
Mice.
Mices? Mices?
Mice.
Oh, mice. I'm sorry.
Mouse, singular.
I
Mice,
got it.
plural.
I'm with you now. Sorry. Kids, I haven't been in school for a while myself. By the way, it's been about, it's been almost 15 years.
I should have said rhinoceros. What would you say to that?
Rhinoceroses?
Rhinoceros.
All right, I like it. Well, speaking of plural animals, Miss Emily, can you give me another plural animal?
Geese.
Geese. Because it's a goose. You pluralize it into geese.
He says.
It's with a C? S?
S.
See, I've been in school for a while. All right. Miss Beth, give me another plural animal.
Oh, please.
Sorry, that is not an animal.
Birds.
Birds. All right. And Miss Emily, give me a food.
Hot dog.
Hot dog. All right. And Miss Beth, give me another food.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. And Miss Emily, give me another food.
Another food. Cheese.
Cheese. All right. And Miss Beth, give me another food.
Strawberries.
Strawberries. All right. Now, Miss Emily, I need a part of the house.
The stairs.
The stairs. All right. And Miss Beth, give me a liquid.
Water.
Water. All right. And Miss Emily, give me a place.
Gardendale.
Gardendale. All right. And Miss Beth, give me a number.
154.
All right. 154. All right. Miss Emily, give me an adverb.
I already said slowly.
Yep.
Quickly.
Quickly. Like it. And Miss Beth, give me an adverb.
Hastily.
Hastily. Wow. All right. Big word. Big word. All right. Miss Emily, a verb ending in ing.
Spinning.
Spinning. Miss Beth, a noun.
Cat.
Cat. And Miss Emily, a kind of bird.
A robin.
Robin. And Miss Beth, a plant. Any type of plant.
A peace plant.
A peace plant. All right. What's a peace plant?
It's like a peace lily.
Okay.
It's got big leaves and it's got a little white flower. Comes from.
All right.
It's the only one that I can't
Throw
get.
that up there for me, video guy.
Peace lily.
All right, Miss Emily, give me a part of an animal.
A tail.
Tail. All right. And Miss Beth, a number?
1054.
1054. I like it. All right. Miss Emily, a verb.
Jump.
Jump. And Miss Beth, we got two more. An object. Any kind of object.
Eyeglasses.
Eyeglasses. And to finish us off, Miss Emily, can you give me a place?
Birmingham.
Birmingham. All right. We have completed our Mad Libs. So would y'all like to guess what story y'all just Mad Libbed for?
The wedding feast.
Nope. Not the wedding feast. Emily, you got a guess?
Jonah and the whale.
Nope. Close. We're going to be telling the story of Noah and the ark. All right? So in a little bit, we're going to get these dolls and retell the story of Noah and the ark in a Mad Lib. All right? So you'll check it out. In Noah's time, there were people running and skipping. When God saw what they were doing, he was crying and decided to send a flood. But God wanted to save Noah, so he told Noah about the flood and gave him dogs that would help him build a beautiful potato called the ark. The ark was made from cars, and was slowly enough to hold a Donald Trump. It took Noah and his sister 18 years to build the ark. When they were done, God sent 27 of every animal to enter the ark. There were mice and geese and even birds. They also took food on the ark, like hot dogs and mac and cheese for the people, and cheese and strawberries for the animals. Then God closed the stairs of the ark, and water started to fall from the Gardendale. It rained for 154 days and nights. Everything was flooded, but the ark floated quietly and hastily. After it stopped spinning, God sent a cat to help dry everything off. After many days, Noah sent out a robin. The second time he sent it, it came back with a peace plant in its tail. And then, the 1054th time, it did not come back. Then Noah knew that it was time to jump out of the ark. So he opened it and let out all the animals. God promised Noah that he would never send a flood again, and he put the eyeglasses in the Birmingham as a sign of his promise.
This is the account of Noah and his family. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on earth had corrupted their ways. So God said to Noah, I am going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. I am surely going to destroy both them and the earth. So make yourself an ark of cypress wood. Make rooms in it, and coat it with pitch inside and out. This is how you are to build it. The ark is to be 300 cubits long, 40 cubits wide, and 30 cubits high. Make a roof for it, leaving below the roof an opening 1 cubit high all around. Put a door in the side of the ark, and make lower, middle, and upper decks. I am going to bring floodwaters on the earth to destroy all life under the heavens, every creature that has the breath of life in it. Everything on earth will perish, but I will establish my covenant with you, and you will enter the ark. You, your sons, and your wife, and your sons' wives with you. You are to bring into the ark 2 of all living creatures, male and female, to keep them alive with you. 2 of every kind of bird, of every kind of animal, of every kind of creature that moves along the ground will come to you to be kept alive. You are to take every kind of food that is to be eaten and store it away as food for you and for them. Noah did everything just as God commanded him. The Lord then said to Noah, Go into the ark, you and your whole family, because I have found you righteous in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, a male and its mate, and every one of every kind of unclean animal, a male and its mate, and also 7 pairs of every kind of bird, male and female, to keep their various kinds alive throughout the earth. 7 days from now, I will send the rain on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and I will wipe from the face of the earth every living creature I have made. And Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters came to the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives entered the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Pairs of clean and unclean animals, of birds, and of all creatures that move along the ground, male and female, came to Noah and entered the ark, as God had commanded Noah. And after 7 days, the floodwaters came on the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, on the 17th day of the 2nd month, on that day, all the springs of the great deep burst forth, and the floodgates of the heavens were opened, and the rain fell on the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On that very day, Noah and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, together with his wife and the wives of his 3 sons, entered the ark. They had with them every wild animal according to its kind, all livestock according to their kinds, every creature that moves along the ground according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, everything with wings. Pairs of all creatures that have the breath of life in them came to Noah and entered the ark. The animals going in were male and female, of every living thing, as God had commanded Noah. Then the Lord shut him in. For 40 days the flood kept coming on the earth. And as the waters increased, they lifted the ark high above the earth. The waters rose and increased greatly on the earth, and the ark floated on the surface of the water. They rose greatly on the earth, and all the high mountains under the entire heavens were covered. The waters rose and covered the mountains to a depth of more than 15 cubits. Every living thing that moved on land perished. Birds, livestock, wild animals, all the creatures that swarm over the earth, and all mankind. Everything on dry land that had the breath of life in its nostrils died. Every living thing on the face of the earth was wiped out. People and animals and the creatures that move along the ground and the birds were wiped from the earth. Only Noah was left, and those with him in the ark. The waters flooded the earth for 150 days.
But God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and the livestock that were with him in the ark, and he sent a wind over the earth, and the waters receded. Now the springs of the deep and the floodgates of the heavens had been closed, and the rain had stopped falling from the sky. The water receded steadily from the earth. At the end of 150 days the water had gone down, and on the 17th day of the 7th month the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to recede until the 10th month, and on the first day of the 10th month the tops of the mountains became visible. After 40 days Noah opened a window he had made in the ark, and sent out a raven, and it kept flying back and forth until the water had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out a dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground. But the dove could find nowhere to perch, because there was water over all the surface of the earth. So it returned to Noah in the ark. He reached out his hand and took the dove and brought it back to himself in the ark. He waited 7 more days and again sent out the dove from the ark. When the dove returned to him in the evening, there in its beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. Then Noah knew that the water had receded from the earth. He waited 7 more days and sent the dove out again, but this time it did not return to him. By the first day of the 1st month of Noah's 601st year, the water had dried up from the earth. Noah then removed the covering from the ark and saw that the surface of the ground was dry. By the 27th day of the 2nd month, the earth was completely dry. Then God said to Noah, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creature that is with you, the birds, the animals, and all the creatures that move along the ground, so they can multiply on the earth and be fruitful and increase in number on it." So Noah came out, together with his sons and his wives and his sons' wives, his wife and his sons' wives, all the animals and all the creatures that move along the ground and all the birds, everything that moves on land, came out of the ark, one kind after another. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and, taking some of the clean animals and clean birds, he sacrificed burnt offerings on it. The Lord smelled the pleasing aroma and said in his heart, "Never again will I curse the ground because of humans, even though every inclination of the human heart is evil from childhood. And never again will I destroy all living creatures as I have done. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease."
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sunday celebration. This is our Mad Libs Sunday, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Got a story to share with you, boys and girls. Most importantly, God's Word. We're going to hear a lesson today, 2 to be exact. But now it's Noe and Ann's turn to tell you a little story, Mad Libs style, from the Bible. So it's going to be fun. But before we do, similar to our other friends, I'd like to ask y'all, what is your favorite Bible story? If you have a favorite Bible story or one that you like, would you mind sharing with the kids what's your favorite Bible story, Mr. Noe?
So my favorite is Joshua. And so I feel, he was kind of, one of my favorites because he was basically taking Moses' place and leading the people to the promised land. And so you can only imagine what he was feeling. And I love that verse at the beginning of the book that says, "Be strong and courageous." That's actually what we'll be talking about tonight in my lesson. So stay tuned tonight.
All right, awesome, very cool. All right, Miss Ann, you got a favorite Bible story?
I do actually.
Yes.
I'm a big animal fan. So one of my favorites is Daniel when he went into the lion's den and they all expected him to become shredded wheat. But he didn't, because he stood up for God and God protected him.
Those are two very strong men. Very good. Awesome stories. All right, have y'all done Mad Libs before? Are y'all Mad Libs people?
Road trip Mad Libs.
Yeah, I did a lot of Mad Libs growing up on road trips and stuff like that. Yes, very much so. No, not
First time right here.
First time. All right, we got some first time Mad Libbers. All right. One other question though: were y'all big on dolls, or no? For me, it was superheroes or wrestling figures and stuff like that. But did y'all have a favorite toy or doll growing up?
Cars.
Cars, yeah.
Cars.
He had his NASCARs. All right.
I did. We had Chrissy and Velvet. Velvet was Chrissy's little sister, and they had a little button on their belly that if you pushed it, their hair would grow.
Awesome.
So you could have really long hair. You could just have really short hair.
See, the kids are learning about new toys nowadays. So we learned about the Dozy doll and the Velvet.
Yeah, Chrissy and her little sister Velvet.
Chrissy and her little sister Velvet. All right, love it. Okay, are y'all ready for y'all's Mad Lib?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm not going to tell you what the story is until after we've completed all the words, but we do have another story from the Bible for y'all to fill out for us. So here we go. All right, I'm going to go with pencil this time. This is a little hard reading the marker sometimes there. All right, so Noe, give me a verb.
A verb. Red.
No, a verb, like an action.
Oh, an action verb?
Give me an action.
What? Reading, to read. He read.
Oh, red? Like
Red?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Not the color.
Oh, sorry.
My bad.
All right. I'm with us now.
I
Here we
promise
go.
I learned
All
my
right.
grammar in elementary school.
It was my fault. Again, I haven't been to school in a while, so I apologize.
My grammar helped me in the garden.
All right. They're saying an object.
What size does this object have to be?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, marshmallow.
Marshmallow. All right. Noe, can you give me a plural object?
A plural object.
Yes.
Cats.
Cats. All right. Miss Ann, can you give me a verb? Make sure it's nothing that can be used as different ways in the sentence.
Okay, how about hop?
Hop. All right. I like it. All right. Mr. Noe, a place.
Place. Birmingham.
We've already used Birmingham. Let's go with the
Cleveland.
different. Cleveland. All right. Okay. All right. Cleveland. I like it. Shout out to the people in Cleveland, Alabama. All right. Mr. Ann, a food.
Oh, is coffee a food?
Not necessarily.
All right. I'll do better food. Chicken.
Chicken. All right. I like it.
Chicken's a food and an animal.
It is. All right, Mr. Noe, an event.
An event. Carnival.
Carnival.
Ooh,
All
that's a
right.
good one.
How about we go with what's another word for carnival? Fair.
Fair.
Yes.
Fair.
Not to be accused of being fair. But
Fair. So a fair.
Fair.
All right. Fair. All right. Miss Ann, give me an animal.
cheetah.
Cheetah. I like it. Okay. All right, Mr. Noe, another place.
Another place.
It doesn't have to be like a city or anything. It could be any place that you can go.
A park.
There we go. All right, I like it. Park. All right, Miss Ann, an adverb.
Quietly.
Quietly. We've already used quietly.
We did?
We used it in the other story.
No wonder it was in my head.
Give me another one.
Okay. Sneakily.
Sneakily. Ooh, all right. Mr. Noe, can you give me a bug?
A bug.
Yep.
A ladybug.
A ladybug. All right,
Oh,
Miss
I had
Ann.
a green one hanging off my hair the other day. I just went bing like that.
Miss Ann, a plural noun.
These aren't that difficult. Sandals.
Sandals. I like it. All right, Mr. Noe, a verb.
A verb.
Her, the verb. And an action word. Come on, Noah.
Ran.
Ran. He likes to go past tense, present tense, and future tense on his verbs.
What's that?
All right, Miss Ann, a place. Now you get to pick a place this time. A place.
Whoa. Disneyland.
Yeah, there we go. That's a place. All right. Mr. Noe, another verb.
Oh man, another
buddy.
verb. Took.
Took. There you go. All right. Miss Ann?
I did it again.
Miss Ann, I need a terms of endearment.
Oh! Well, we used to play categories, and the letter was R, and it was terms of endearment. And my dad said rumple rump.
Rumple rump?
Yep,
Okay.
there it is.
Help me out here. Rumple. Rump?
Uh-huh.
Like your rump? Like shake your rump?
I never thought of it that way.
All right. Rumple rump. All right. No, I like it.
I never thought of it that way. I just thought it was a funny word.
It's gonna be an epic story.
No, it's a new terms of endearment word for you to use for your wife. When you
Oh my goodness.
My darling rumple rump.
All right, now give me a noun. We're on our last two here. Noun. Oh, we can't focus.
How do I top that? Okay, a noun.
Person, place, or thing.
Person, place, or thing. Let's go with church.
Church. All right, and Miss nothing like church coming after the word rumple rump. All right, Miss Ann. Last one. I need a verb.
I'm having a hard time putting in past tense.
I thought you were saying you're about having a hard time trying to come up with a verb that doesn't go with rumple rump.
Fly.
Fly. I like it.
Not to be
All right.
confused with the noun fly.
That one's a little easier to understand. All right. So, any idea of what your Bible story is?
Well, we didn't have to have any numbers.
No.
We did have to come up with an animal, though,
Bug.
and a cheetah.
Is it Old or New Testament?
I can't tell you that. I did open the Bible. So.
Oh, it's New Testament. It's way New Testament. I can see that. I don't know. It's a good one.
It is. Y'all are doing the story of the parable of the lost son.
Oh.
Parable of the prodigal son.
Oh.
All right. So, y'all tune in just a second for as we take these dolls on a journey into the Bible lesson of the story of the parable or lost son. See you there. Jesus once told a story about a boy and his father. The boy came to his father one day and said, "Read me all the marshmallows that belong to me." Right after that, the boy gathered all his cats and monkeys. The boy hopped to Cleveland and spent all his money on chickens and a fair. When the boy realized he was out of money, he tried to find work at a cheetah park. The boy was so sneakily that he would have eaten a ladybug. While the boy was at work one day, he realized that his father's sandals lived better than him. The boy knew he had done wrong, so he decided to ask his father for forgiveness. The boy ran to his dad's Disneyland. As soon as the father saw the boy, he took him. The boy said, "I'm sorry, Rumple Rump. I was wrong for taking your church. Please forgive me." The father flew the boy and said, "Of course I'll forgive you." The end.
Jesus continued, "There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, 'Father, give me my share of the estate.' So he divided his property between them. Not long after that, the younger son got together all he had, set off for a distant country, and there squandered his wealth in wild living. After he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in that whole country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. Finally, when he came to his senses, he said, "How many of my father's hired servants have food to spare, and here I am starving to death. I will set out and go back to my father and say to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants.' So he got up and went to his father.
But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son said to him, 'Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son.' But the father said to his servants, 'Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.' So they began to celebrate. Meanwhile, the older son was in the field, and when he came near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked him what was going on. 'Your brother has come,' he replied, 'and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound.' The older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, 'Look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders, yet you never even gave me a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when the son of yours who has squandered your property with prostitutes comes home, you kill the fatted calf for him.' 'My son,' the father said, 'you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found.'